G'day, it's Mike here. I'm doing a short video on preparing for an event, a championship, and what sort of things you got to think about in terms of if there's a big race event, because you obviously build up your nerves and those can work against you in the event. So what we want to do is, if there's a big race event, first thing, psychologically, we want to make sure we just treat it like any other race, and we need to get rid of that nervous energy at the event. So I usually go for a brisk walk if I'm feeling a little bit anxious about the day. Go for a brisk walk, meditate before the start of the race. Try to reduce all of the number of influences on you, so don't have people talking to you. Try and just keep to yourself and have some alone time. Have some calm music on the way down to the event. Just listen to calm music and just be relatively peaceful. That's important. You need to limit your interaction with other people and think fun. Think this is not, don't have expectations of how you're going to go, because you'll obviously be disappointed, but just feel like you're going to have it's going to be a fun day. Be focused on the event, and don't worry about things. Everyone's in the same boat. If the weather conditions aren't right, you're sailing with all the other competitors and they all have the same sort of things. Competitors, just remember, competitors are friends, and have some banter with them. Talk to them about your setups and how you feel you can improve your setups, and make it deflect all that adrenaline and that nervous energy into some sort of positive behavior, in a positive way. Be positive and smile. Just engage, just with some friendly banter, and make it a fun event. Importantly, the night before, what I do is I set up all my rig settings. I look at the weather conditions and I look at what the chop's going to be, and I have all my key measurements in a little book which I keep. I've basically got around about, I suppose, 20 odd measurements which I set my boat up with. Every time I go for a sail, I just remeasure and make sure everything's in the right position, and make sure that in the morning I look at the conditions and make sure it's exactly the same as that I predicted and what I've set up with. So spend at least an hour setting your boat up the night before and making sure everything's okay. Don't forget to test your boat when you get there. Take it out with a friend. He sails one way, you sail the other way. Look at which side is the favoured side. Spend at least a half an hour just sailing around the course and trying to work out where you think is going to be the right place to sail during the day. Recheck your positions before the start. Just 20 seconds before the start, the wind may have changed, so you may need to vary your position. Just always remember that the wind oscillates and changes on a regular basis, and you've got to take advantage of those situations when they happen. 20 minutes before the start, watch the conditions over the course and the boat angles. Try and get used to the boat angles and the way in which the boat is sailing up the course on those angles, which are the consistent normal angles. And when you're actually working up the course, look for the pressure lines and the wind lines which are coming down the bay. You'll see them as little dark patches as they work down the bay. We'll look for those little dark patches, and they will be in consistent places on the course all the time. So look for those sort of patterns. Plan your upwind race. Most importantly, to plan your upwind race and really concentrate on where you think you're going to go, where you're going to be on the start line. Really important at the start is to predict and know your position at the 10-second timer, and the 5-second timer. But you've got to also watch what your competitors are doing and making sure that you're not going to bang into everyone and there's not going to be room. So make sure, firstly, predict where you're going to be at 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and at the start, and mediate and change that position depending on what the competitors are doing. You know, sometimes it may be best to delay a start if you can get a favoured end, and gives you the option of actually tacking away. If everyone's stuck on starboard going out and you want to tack and you're on the left hand side, you won't be able to tack out. So sometimes it's best to delay for half a second and get that position so that you can actually tack on the nocks as you go out. Spend about an hour, I said this previously, but spend about an hour setting up your sails. Check your battery, check your backstay tension, check your foot, your luff, your leech twist. Check everything's working and it's all right. If there's some parts which need some maintenance, make sure that everything's working, you know. It's very important. But the key to all of this is to actually have your mental attitude so it actually is just like a normal everyday race, and you don't consider it as a big event. You know, a big event brings on nervous tension. What you've got to do is just sail like a normal fun day. Generally what I find is most people are very anxious in the first couple of races, and there's lots of mistakes which are made in that period of time. As the day gets on, everyone's more relaxed and there's less mistakes happening. There's an advantage in being more relaxed at the start of the day, making the right decisions, not using that anxiety or that nervous energy to actually, make the wrong decisions. When you're in a nervous situation, you usually go you take extra risk, which is not necessary, and you make wrong choices. Well, that's it for now, and if you like these videos, feel free to subscribe, as this helps us get more content going forward. Remember to enjoy your sailing and have a great day. Cheers for now.